ready to share a great program with you called Pajama Storytime. So here I am in my pajamas with my favorite blanket and my favorite stuffed animal. So you're going to want to grab somebody you love to snuggle and listen to some great stories. We have 3 stories that we're going to read together today, and I know you're going to love them. So get comfy and let's get started. The first story I'd like to share with you today is called Sleepy, the Good Night Buddy. This is by Drew Daywalt and illustrated by Scott Campbell. Sleepy, the Good Night Buddy. Roderick hated going to bed. Each night he would think of every possible excuse to try and stay up longer. Sometimes he would ask for another story. Sometimes he would ask for a drink of water. Sometimes he would ask for a pony. He never got a pony, but that's okay, because he really didn't want one. He just wanted to stay up, even if it was just to hear all the reasons why he couldn't have a pony. And there were lots of reasons. We don't have a barn. Ponies won't use a litter box. Ponies hog the bed. Ponies watch the TV too loud. Ponies never do dishes. Ponies eat toys. Ponies borrow books and never return them. Ponies blah, 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 blah. But he would always ask for something, anything, just to stay up a little bit longer. Roderick's parents decided to get him a good night buddy to help him sleep. He couldn't decide whether it looked more like a moose or more like a bear. His name is Sleepy, said his mother. He's your good night buddy, said his father. He's going to help you fall asleep. That night, Roderick's parents put Sleepy in bed with him, but Sleepy kept staring at him. Roderick decided to hide Sleepy. He tried stashing him on the bookshelf, behind the curtains, even under his pillow. But no matter where Roderick put him, he could still feel Sleepy looking at him. Finally, Roderick picked him up and tossed him into the closet. "Wait," said a little voice from the darkness. "Don't leave me alone in here." "You're alive!" "Of course I'm alive. I couldn't very well talk if I weren't alive, could I?" "Well, why didn't you talk earlier instead of just staring at me like that?" "I was scared." "Of what?" "Of you. You were staring at me, all freaky looking." "That's because you freaked me out. I was only staring at you all freaky looking because you were staring at me all freaky looking." "See? You're doing it again. You're freaking me out." "You're supposed to be my good night buddy. You're supposed to help me sleep, you know." "I am?" "Yes." "Oh, okay. Can I please have a glass of water?" "What? But it's bedtime." "I know, but I'm thirsty. And then we could go to sleep, I promise." "Thanks for the water." "You're welcome, Sleepy. I don't think you're that freaky looking anymore." "That's nice. I don't think you are either. Now go to sleep." "I can't." "Why not?" "I have to pee, from all the water." "So go." "I'm scared to go alone." Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what? "I forgot to brush my teeth." "Can I have a story?" "That's always put me to sleep. I can't sleep without one." One day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. Can I have one more? Just one, please. I promise that's all I need. Once upon a time, there was a witch. One day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. Can I have one more? Just one, please. I promise that's all I need. Once upon a time, there was a witch with a very big butt. In fact, it was so big that when your closet is scary. There's a witch in it with a big butt. Can you check the closet for witches? There are no witches in the closet. Ugh, fine. Yes, check for witches. Sure. Can I have a snack? A snack? It's the middle of the night. I know, but I'm hungry. Oh no. What now? I have to brush my teeth again. It's too dark in here. And now it's too bright. What? What? What do you mean, what? You know darn well what? You're going to ask me for something else. What do you want now? I wasn't going to ask for anything, but now I can't sleep because you're mad at me. I am not mad. You sound mad. That sounds like you're mad. I am not mad. I'm just tired. Okay, I'm a little mad, but mostly I'm tired. Well, I can't sleep even if you're a little mad. Then I'm not mad. I don't know. That still sounds mad. I needed my blankie. You don't have a blankie. Can I have a blankie? Good night, Roderick. Good night, Sleepy. I know you're going to hate me for saying this, but does this pillow seem a little too hard to you? It seems really hard. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah, maybe. It's just fine. You ever wonder what it all means? I mean, are we just puppets living out some master puppeteer's plan, or... Sleepy? It's time for bed. Now go to sleep. I'm sorry, Roderick. I guess I'm just not very good. I'm not a very good goodnight buddy. Are you kidding? You're the worst goodnight buddy ever. You're supposed to take my mind off of scary things and help me sleep, but instead you're just exhausting me. Roderick? Hey, Roderick. Good night, buddy. The end. The next book that I'm going to share with you today is called 20 Yawns by Jane Smiley and illustrated by Lauren Castillo. 20 yawns. Oh, get sleepy. The beach umbrella was flapping in the breeze. Flap, 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 flap. Not far from the waves, Lucy was digging a hole all by herself. It got so big that her dad could lie down in it. When he did, she covered him up. They laughed and laughed. Then he took her hand and they ran into the water. A big wave came in and he swung her into the sky. Lucy walked with Mom and Dad all the way to the end of the beach. On the way back, Lucy rolled and rolled down the soft, warm dunes. Even though she got dizzy and sandy, she didn't want to stop. Mom and Dad and Lucy stayed longer at the beach than they ever had before. Lucy yawned, and Mom yawned, and Dad yawned. Mom said, "Early bedtime." Outside Lucy's bedroom, the sun was sinking below the horizon. Strips of clouds were pink and red. Lucy put her pajamas on inside out, climbed into bed, and yawned a big yawn. Mom began to read her story. Once upon a time, there lived a wonderful little boy named Fred. He was perfect in every way, or so his mother said. Lucy stretched and smiled, and then she gave a big yawn and closed her eyes. Shh. Mom stopped reading. She was asleep. The moon shone through the window, a silver veil that fell across the floor. Everything looked mysterious, even Lucy's own hands on the bedspread. Suddenly, Lucy was wide awake. She looked around. Everyone in the pictures seemed to be watching her. Grandma, Grandpa, Aunt Elizabeth, Mom and Dad. Even Fred in the book that Mom had dropped on the floor. Shh. Lucy slipped out of bed and padded to the door. Her dad was snoring in the living room. Shh. The house was very quiet. Lucy needed Molasses, her bear. He was wedged beneath Hornet the giraffe, Juno the horse, Mathilda the alligator, Frank the kangaroo, and his baby Leonard. Swoosh! All the toys fell to the floor. Lucy started to carry Molasses back to her bed, but the other toys were looking at her, even Leonard the baby kangaroo. They seemed lonely. So one by one, she brought them over to her bed and dropped them in a patch of moonlight. She spread her blankie over them and kissed them goodnight. Now they looked sleepy and happy. Lucy lay down and snuggled next to her best friends, sighed a big happy sigh, and yawned. Ooh. Everybody's yawning. She saw Grandma yawn, and she saw Grandpa yawn, and she saw Aunt Elizabeth yawn, and she saw Mom yawn, and Dad yawn, and she saw Fred in the book yawn. She even saw the moon yawn. Lucy put her arms around Molasses. He seemed especially tired. Then she gave one last yawn and fell asleep. The end. Our last story that I'm going to share with you today is called Three Grumpy Trucks. This is written by Todd Tarpley and illustrated by Guy Parker Rays. Three grumpy trucks. Across the sandbox, down the slide, through the sprinkler, side by side. Three little trucks were scooping, shifting, grading, grinding, loading, lifting. Whir, 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 womp, womp, womp. Grind, 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 chomp, chomp, chomp. Hours later, bright sun speeding, three tired engines overheating, fuel gauges running low, little trucks, it's time to... No! We're still digging, we're still lifting, we're still grinding, and we're still shifting. 5 more minutes, let us stay. Okay, 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 okay. Whir, whump, grind and chomp. Hose hissing, warnings beeping, red lights flashing, fluid seeping. Fuses now about to blow. Little trucks, it's time to... No! Must keep digging, must keep lifting, must keep scooping, must keep shifting. There's tires smoking, engines glowing. Must keep going. Please, little trucks, it's time to go. Your temp's too high and your fuel's too low. Your windshield fluids are smelling strange. I think you need a wiper change. Okay, 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 we know. 1 more minute, then we'll go. 1 more minute, that's our plan. Everybody understand? Whir, whomp. Grind, grrr, and chomp. Engines smoking, motors failing, tailpipes clanging, rotors flailing, rocking wildly to and fro. Little trucks, it's time to... Uh-oh. They made an awful screeching sound. They banged their bumpers on the ground. They stomped, they womped, they sparked, they spit, they honked, they bumped, they threw a fit. What could she do? What could she say to calm them down, to save the day? She soothed the little truck's alarms, then gathered them into her arms. Their undersides were caked in oil, their bumpers dark with soot and soil. Then she told them home, still in a daze. Then set them in their engine bays. Their spark plugs charged, their tires exchanged, their windshields washed, their wipers changed, their bumpers polished up, and then 3 little trucks whirred once again. The end. I hope you enjoyed that fun story time, and I hope you're nice and tired, and ready for bed. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please join us for lots of great programs in September and October's newsletter. We have lots of virtual programs all month long. I hope you're doing well and staying safe, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.